There's a big change in the UK today. The Tories are out after 14 years of rule. Labour have won by a humongous majority, but is it what it seems? In my view, no. I think it's rigged, and I'm going to explain to you exactly why I think it's rigged and why it's unfair for many voters out there that their votes are not counting the same as other people's. Now, before I carry on, I'm Aaron Henriques, an entrepreneur from the United Kingdom, from London specifically. I was a police officer in London for over a decade before moving into entrepreneurship. Now, if you like this type of video, if you have any comments or anything you want to come back to me on, leave it in the comments, like and subscribe and share it with someone else that you know to help this channel grow. Now, for those of you who don't know, the UK operates the constituency system. Now, with the constituency system, not all votes are equal, in my view. So basically, each area of the UK is sort of separated, and there's like 600 and something constituencies across the UK. And basically how it works is that if that area wins a vote, or that area votes for their local MP, if that local MP wins, they get a seat in the Houses of Parliament. But as I've said, not all constituencies are equal. Now, at the time of recording this, the voting hasn't actually finished. There's still, I think, 91 seats to declare across the United Kingdom. However, when I looked this morning, this is how the results were. So you had Labour with 7.3 million votes and 314 seats. You had Conservatives with 5.1 million votes and 91 seats. And there's others, but I'm only going to concentrate on three. And you had the Reform Party, which had 3.1 million votes and just 4 seats. Now, already you might be thinking, well, that doesn't sound right. How is it that Labour's got 314 seats with 7.3 million votes, Conservatives have 91 seats with just 5.1 million votes, and Reform have just 4 seats with 3.1 million votes? Now, you got to think, Labour have 7.3 million votes and 378 seats, which is four times the seats of the Tories and 1.3 times the votes. So already there's a discrepancy there as well between Labour and Conservative, that Labour have got 4 times the seats, but they've only got 1.3 times the votes. For me, that should be 4 times the seats because they've got 4 times the votes. Conservatives have nearly 23 times more seats than Reform, but they only have 1.6 times more votes. So that must mean that other people's votes across the UK are counting more than others. So my individual vote is less or more than someone else from a different area's individual vote, because we're only voting for the local MP, and that local MP gets the seat in the Houses of Parliament. But that doesn't really seem fair to me. But quickly, how does this happen? The other day I was researching, trying to find out constituency sizes, because I was thinking, this doesn't seem right, it doesn't seem fair. This was after a conversation with a couple of good friends on an evening, having a few drinks last weekend. But basically, I had a look, and so if we have a look at some of the constituencies across the UK, I'm just going to look at 3 of them. So Isle of Wight, there's 109,000 registered voters on the Isle of Wight, approximately around that number. They get 1 seat if they win. So if everyone on the Isle of Wight votes for a person to be their MP, they get 1 seat in Houses of Parliament. Where I live at the moment, in Islington North, it has approximately 66,000 seats. This is where Jeremy Corbyn used to sort of reign over. He was running this time, but as an independent. I'm not sure if he's got in or not. I'm going to have a look at that, because that would be interesting. Were the people voting for Jeremy, or were they voting for the Labour Party? Let's see. But anyway, where I'm staying in Islington North right now, this is where I grew up. It has 66,000 voters roughly, and you get 1 seat. So already you can see that nearly half the population gets still that 1 seat in the House of Parliament. They still get that 1 representation in the House of Parliament, despite being nearly half. Now, some place in Scotland which I'm not even going to try to pronounce, because yeah, I'm gonna fuck it up basically. So but anyway, they get 21,000 they've got 21,000 voters and they get 1 seat. Now, not all voters will vote, of course, but they've got around 21,000 potential voters and they get 1 seat as well. So you've got somewhere with 109,000 people, British citizens, who may vote, and if all of them voted, they only get 1 person representing them. Whereas you get someone with 21,000 voters, they also get 1 representation. Now, to me, that doesn't seem right, because actually, going by that, the person with, the place with 109,000 voters should have 5 seats versus that 1 that has 21,000. Now, that's why I'm saying I don't think votes are equal. Now, at the time of recording this, it's still very early. It's still before 7 a.m. in the UK. There's still 91 seats to be declared across the UK. But I really think this is something that the UK really need to look at, and people really need to understand. I think people don't understand it, because I had someone who's very intelligent yesterday speaking to me on the phone about this exact thing. And the way she was talking is that she didn't actually realise that her vote wasn't equal to mine or whoever else's. Her thought was that the majority, like the party that gets in, actually have the physical majority of votes, as in, they've got more votes than anyone else across the UK, not more constituencies, more actual human beings that have voted for them. Now, that doesn't change anything for this result. Labour have won in seats and they've also won in a number of votes, but it looks like there could be potential where you could have a position where someone has actually got more seats and so they become the dominant party, but by not having the majority of votes. There might be another party with way more actual votes, but they have less seats. That doesn't sound right to me. It seems like some sort of weird hokey pokey fraud. In my view, Parliament is there to represent all of the people, and I think we need to have a look at this constituency system. I think obviously you want representation from places in the north and everywhere else across the UK down in Parliament in London, but it shouldn't be right that someone's vote in Scotland is worth 5 times more than someone's vote in the Isle of Wight, which is right at the south of England, for those who don't know. It's a little island. It shouldn't be the case but that is the case in the UK system right now. One person's vote shouldn't matter more than the next person's vote, but it does right now. So anyway, well done everyone who did get out there and vote. It's going to be a big change. I think whatever happens, the UK screwed. Whoever got in today, the UK screwed. So whatever. Personally, I'm in favour more of the American style system, but let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you agree with the current system in the UK? Do you think it's right that some people's votes should be worth 5 times more than the next person? What do you think is the way that it should go in terms of how this should change in the future? I don't think the main parties are incentivized to change, because this works very much in their favour. Someone like the Reform Party, who I didn't vote for, by the way, I'm voting for them because I'm talking about fairness of our voting system, and the fairness of the voting system shouldn't just be about, as the party that I voted for got in, that's all I care about. That shouldn't be it. It should be a representation of the people of the UK and what they want and what their wishes are. And currently, I don't think it is that. I don't think that the UK has the representation in Parliament today. Yes, there's 91 seats left to go, but they don't have the representation in Parliament that they should have. Particularly those who have voted for parties like Reform, smaller parties that have had a significant number of votes from the UK voting population. I just find it wrong. I'm going to head off because I've got an important meeting to attend to. Well, it's not even a meeting. I'm going to be somewhere all day. I can't talk about this thing that I do sort of for the state, but whatever. There's ways you can research it if you need to. It's a nice rainy day in London. There's a couple more videos that you're going to see that were recorded from Dubai that haven't been released yet. So you're going to think, what's this guy flipping between London and Dubai constantly? No, it's just because there's a couple I've recorded that I haven't actually got around to editing yet. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Please like and share it if you did like it. If you don't like it, fair enough. Whatever, why are you still watching? Yeah, until next time, bye.